All right, everybody, welcome back to DotaPit League Season number 2, our last series of the day, Team Tinker versus Complexity Gaming here, 2-game series underway. We just got done with Alliance versus Virtus Pro, pretty solid series in its own right, but for now, we'll have to see how these guys fare off against each other. The mostly North American squad of Complexity Gaming versus the mostly European squad of Team Tinker. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Mott. Joining me today is Mottpax or Statman, and of course, F4L. How the hell are you, buddy?
I'm doing good. Pretty excited for this match. I think, coL have shown that they can play pretty well against some Tier 1 teams. Although Tinker in a bit of a slump, so maybe not quite considered a Tier 1 team at the moment. Maybe like 1.5 or something, 1.25, I don't know.
Damn.
But coL, although Complexity have sort of had their own issues recently after they failed to qualify for the summit. They've sort of been on a downward spiral, but we'll see what they bring today.
Surprisingly well off here in DotaPit. They're sitting at, I think, let's see here, 8-4. So they are tied for they're roughly about third place, I believe, in the standings for Group A, whereas Team Tinker are right behind them with 8 points. So 11-8. So a win here for Tinker will tie them, I believe, with Complexity Gaming. And a win for Complexity will get them up to first place. However, if they tie, it's just going to be an extra point going to Complexity, and they'll be sitting still in third. So it really comes down to, can they split the series? Can they win the series? Who do you favor in this matchup? I mean, both teams, like you talked about, have been struggling recently. I think a lot of people go for Team Tinker. What's your decision? What's your choice?
Who do I think is going to win?
Yes.
Team Tinker. I think they're just a better team, like way more experienced. I think they're more skilled as well. They've been having some issues, but I still expect them to probably 2-0 the series. I could see it going 1-1, but I think Team Tinker definitely have an advantage. And interesting to see Complexity draft the Invoker in the first phase. Not really something we see too often. They draft it with the AA, so they're going to have the 2 heroes with white eyes. That's the plan.
And then a no-face hero. I don't know if you can call that a face. I don't know what the hell that is.
He certainly doesn't have eyes.
No. Yeah, I don't know, really.
Well, maybe he does. They might just be, like, covered in the shadow of his, like, thing.
I guess so. It doesn't even look like he has a mouth. I don't think you can call that thing. It's the lower part.
Oh, come on.
It's not a mouth.
He talks.
Really. Yeah, but how? How does it make those noises?
It's like Nixus.
Hey,
oh my God, Zeus
another
has
white eyes
too.
Yeah, triple white eye combo coming out from Complexity Gaming.
Are there even other heroes with white eyes?
I'm sure there are. I'm sure we're just missing something. Doesn't Axe have like white eyes or something? Maybe I'm wrong.
No.
What eyes does he have? Not red.
Wait.
Let's look this up.
Maybe there's actually a lot of heroes with white eyes.
Yeah, maybe you're just crazy.
Dota?
Also, Ancient Apparition has like pink eyes, man. These are pink eyes, not like white. He's got some.
I suppose they're slightly tinted.
He's got some conjunctivitis going on.
He's got some pink contacts.
I mean, maybe that.
Yeah.
He's got some issues. They pick up the Zeus though, so Invoker, Zeus, Ancient Apparition.
Very heavy magic damage composition coming out so far from Complexity, and Tinker respond by picking up the Lifestealer. I like this pick when the other team has a lot of stunt. Like, I like Lifestealer when you have to buy a BKB against whatever you're playing against, but they don't have any instant disables. So I think it's a very good pickup this game. It should be pretty strong, I feel. And it's also going to combo nicely with the Batrider. And, of course, the Elder Titan going to make them have no armor, so you're going to hit like a truck.
Yeah, this Lifestealer is going to have a pretty glorious time, assuming that he can catch all of these heroes and he doesn't get kited around, like, say, if Zeus or Invoker have a Force Staff, which I imagine could be their first items coming out. It'd be a pretty solid choice, but yeah. I mean, Lifestealer is going to be able to rage pretty much no matter what is the case. I don't see them getting. They don't really have any instant stuns like you talked about. If there was a hero with instant lockdown, maybe they could kill this Lifestealer, but unless they get lucky with some of the spells they throw at him, or hope to God that his rage is off cooldown, or on cooldown rather.
So we're being told that Undying, Jug, and Chen have white eyes.
Is that it? That seems like really.
Yeah, there's not really many heroes with white eyes.
I guess Shin does have white eyes. I guess I never noticed the white eyes coming out from the chin. I always thought he had like normal person eyes.
Reserve time.
I've gone insane.
He said there might be more.
Let's check this out. Tiny has like yellow eyes. Yeah, I think you're right. There's a couple in here that I could see with white eyes. Undying definitely does have white eyes. You're right about that. TA picked up. Yeah, she's got like bluish white eyes.
Those are blue.
Yeah, those are some really weird contexts, is what those are.
So they're going to go with the TA. I guess there's no real good... There's not really anything great at taking off Refraction. Sure, they have a lot of spells, so they'll probably be able to take it off pretty easily, but nothing really good. Maybe the Invoker Forge Spirits, if it is indeed a QE Invoker, which I fully expect with this lineup coming out from Complexity. I don't think you can have a QW with these heroes.
No. This is a Forge Spirit game. Sunstrike for bombs for days.
Probably safe lane as well.
Medusa.
The Medusa. So we actually might see the QW Invoker. I think it's actually a possibility now that we have the Medusa last pick.
I actually want to bring up also Shadow Demon has white eyes. Just want to throw that out there.
All right, there's actually a lot of heroes with white eyes. I'm just a clown or something.
No, probably, but that's okay. We still love you for it.
Yeah, I was talking about the white eye strat. Now Medusa's ruining the strat by smoking. Get those red eyes.
Yeah, she's really got some she's popped some blood vessels in her eyes. Unfortunately, she needs to get some clear eyes.
Please lay off the drugs, Medusa.
I mean, she's got a lot of snakes on her head.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah. So we'll see how this goes. The G is called from Team Tinker. Just needed a bit of a second here to get started. And well, two games down, 2 games to go here with Complexity versus Team Tinker. And I gotta say, I like Complexity's lineup a lot. They're gonna set the Medusa mid, interestingly enough, for Swindle Melons. This is not something I've seen a lot of. The mid Swindle Medusa. I've talked about how this guy has a giant hero pool. I didn't think it extended towards the Medusa. I guess this guy could just play whatever hero he damn well pleases.
He's played it twice, I've seen.
This Invoker set.
So he has played it. And what kind of Invoker is this going to be? He does have the Blades of Attack, so I guess that's trending towards that QW Invoker, although it is a bit odd to put it in the safe lane, so we'll have to see how that goes.
No. For now, Complexity, your Radiant squad. We'll get in some introductions real quick. Limp's going to be your offlane Zeus. We've seen this numerous times from Complexity, and they love to run this. Swindle Melons is going to be playing your mid Medusa. In the safe lane, it is going to be Bloody Nine on your Ancient Apparition, the new acquisition for Complexity Dota, another Haunt Trash player. Moonmander on your Invoker, and that'll round out Z-Freak playing your Nyx Assassin. So that's going to be all of your Complexity heroes, white eyes and all, or no face, or red eyes, whatever you choose to use here for Complexity. So.
And on Dire, we're going to have Team Tinker. Highcat's going to be in the safe lane, farming with the Lifestealer, being supported by Bulba on the Elder Titan, and EGM playing the Vengeful Spirit. In the mid lane, we're going to have Quakefa playing the TA, and Sing Sing is going to be playing the off-lane Batrider.
So pretty standard lanes, not like what we saw in the second game of Alliance versus Virtus Pro, with the exception of maybe Medusa going mid against the Templar Assassin. This is not the easiest matchup, I think. Swindle will have ways to get rid of this refraction just through right-clicking alone, and he'll try to get some CS, although Quakefa should be okay, especially once he gets side blades, but until that point, might have to be a bit careful from just taking too much right-click. Swindle's actually dishing out the damage. Medusa has a surprising amount of base damage early on with 2 GG branches and a Wraith Band, so Quakefa's actually getting low. He's at half health right now. His refraction is available to go, but he'll have to be careful to pop it up again and just continue to deny the Medusa in the mid lane. Meanwhile, top lane, Limp is going to get some CS probably from Arc Lightning. He'll try to get towards his bottle maybe. And already you can see maybe some stacks from Tinker coming out. Yeah, Bulb was able to stack using himself as well as the Spirit. And even this Vengeful Spirit illusion could have stacked. I don't think she did, though. So
Kukwa having actually a pretty hard time in this mid lane, although he does have his bottle up now, so not going to be too big of a deal. And honestly, actually, Swindle Melon's only sitting at 2 and 2 CS to the 3 and 4 of Quakefa. So Quakefa doing a really good job in terms of CS, even though being harassed heavily.
I think that Quakefa should be okay now that he has side blades. He has his bottle, like you mentioned. That's also pretty important. I don't know. It's just better because the TA is going to be closer and able to deny a bit more efficiently. Bulba's walking through. He's going to contest this creep, whatever it is, and Z-Freak's going to try to zone him out as the support Nyx Assassin. Astral's going to go through. It's going to hit onto a couple of heroes, and now Bulba just heads back to the lane. So Sing Sing is actually just going to be in the jungle immediately, stacking up some camps, and he'll just try to Firefly this down, I imagine, to get up towards that maybe 4 or 5.
Honestly, this is something that we see quite frequently on support Elder Titans, where they just, as long as you have an offlaner that can jungle, you end up just giving the Elder Titan the lane at some point and having the offlaner jungle, and then you sort of play it as an offlaner.
I'm surprised they did it this early, but it makes sense. I mean, Bulba's now going to get plenty of farm here, rather plenty of experience if he can get close, but that's the problem. Moon and Z-Freak are not going to make it easy for him to get close to this lane.
Bat will farm better in the jungle than in the lane, so...
At least they have that trade-off going. Pycat with 17 last hits, by the way. He is not missing any creeps right now. Whereas the Invoker's only sitting at 11, and he's not really getting harassed. So either Moon's missing some creeps or something's going on.
He is going for a QW, so it is quite difficult to last hit with at times.
44 plus 9 base damage. It was worse
especially
beforehand.
under your tower.
Yeah, it's not easy. I can agree with that. He's up to 13 last hits now. Speaking of 13, so is the Templar Assassin. Swindle's only at 11, so he's not too far off. So Swindle's not having an awful time either. So just a lot of farming coming in. Bobo will rotate back towards the jungle. He does have the Sage's Mask, and he'll harass out Blade Knight, who's been pulling consistently. So they've done a nice job of keeping Boba out of experience range for the most part. I mean, look, he's still level 1, whereas Limp at the top lane, he should be up to 2. No, he's even 3 now, so Limp's actually having a pretty good time, all things considered.
Having a good time, is currently level 3. Doesn't have any points in Static Field, but has the 2 points in Lightning Bolt. We'll probably see him go for that Static Field next.
He might be in trouble. Open wounds. He's going to get Magic Missile.
He is dead, I think.
Yeah, this is going to be your first blood. Going to Pycat. Lightning Bolt goes, and then the right click from Pycat is more than enough. So, and that was only level 1 Rage as well. It was only 3 seconds, but it's more than enough to keep Pycat alive and to get him the first blood. So he might go Salve, or rather, God, he might go for Midas. I don't think he will. Maybe they want to be aggressive early on, probably.
Although we have seen a lot of people, this is like the new trend lately, to get your like first item and then you go back for the Midas. It's so that you're not really compromising your laning phase, because had he just gone for a Midas first, he probably wouldn't have gotten that kill. He does pick up the Gloves of Haste, but that could just be for an armlet. We're not really too sure yet.
There's a lot of work to go here. Swindle's going to pop his Mana Shield as Koik is going in on him, and he'll back away.
Looks like there is some interest possibly in diving Bulba in this bottom lane, as Z-Freak was behind the tower, but...
Look at Bulba's positioning.
It doesn't look like that's actually going to happen.
Bulba's just got a good understanding of where these supports are. If he doesn't see the Nyx Assassin, he knows that there's a good chance he might be ganking him. I want to see how this Quasworks Invoker pays off for Moonmeander. I haven't seen this in a while. I know he's been played a lot like this recently, but I want to see how the Quasworks Invoker does pair up against, you know, say the Lifestealer or even just all the heroes.
It's kind of interesting to have it in the safe lane, though. I mean, usually we see it in the mid lane, but definitely not a good matchup against this TA.
Swindle's getting dove. Mana Shield's going to go. There's going to be the TP rotation. That actually forces Swindle, or rather, Quickfoot back. And Quickfoot's been applying really good pressure here to Swindle in this mid lane.
He's up to 30 last hits at 5 minutes, so doing a really good job in this mid lane. Applying a lot of pressure.
And the idea of pressure coming out from Quickfoot is more than enough for Swindle just to back away. And even still, the pressure's going, and his refraction is now done. He doesn't have mana for another refraction. It's on cooldown. Walking in his Z-Freak, the Impale's going to go, but there's no follow-up whatsoever, so he just harasses him with an Impale and then backs away. Pycat, meanwhile, top lane gets a kill on Limp, who gets caught out of position. And Zeus dies yet again, so he's dead twice.
Yeah, Limp needs to play more carefully in this top lane. It's too easy for them. If he ever gets open wounds, he's just dead to the rotation from EGM, because he's going to get stunned after that, and it's a very easy kill for them. They are going to rotate Z-Freak into the top lane, so Pycat doesn't have mana for a Rage. Maybe if they get off the Impale...
Z-Freak's going to try to go for it, but he's just too fast. Pycat with Phase Boots is too speedy for them to go for that kill. So, for now, I mean, Complexity are not in a bad place. They have ways to take this in the mid game. They have ways to take this in the late game as well. Team Tinker could certainly put up a good fight in the late game as well. It's not like Templar Assassin's a bad hero when you get towards that 40-minute mark. Lifestealer, if you have farm, if you've snowballed enough, could certainly be fine as well. And Complexity honestly have this really early game lineup with a Medusa in the mid lane. So
I would actually say currently Team Tinker are extremely ahead. If we if we look at the current situation of the game, they're winning the mid lane, they're winning the safe lane. Bulba is getting a lot of experience in this off lane, Their jungle, they have a completely. So it looks like they are going to go on Z Freak, and that's just an easy kill for them. They're having a Bat Rider with complete free farm in this jungle. He's nearly going to have his blink, probably going to have it at 8 minutes. So Team Tinker doing a really good job getting basically everything they want out of the map.
This is becoming very easy for Tinker. All of a sudden, the only issue I think is maybe the Invoker down bottom, but I mean, there's a Midas now coming out for the Lifestealer. Koikva has his treads already, so yeah. And you talked about the 8-minute blink dagger. I mean, he's got enough money for it now. It's actually, if he could go buy it at 750, he would, or 730 rather, he would. He's gonna find out Mud Golems is like, damn, Mud Golems, you stupid sons of bitches. He's gonna go back over to the side shop, perhaps buy up the blink dagger. Midas is now done for the Lifestealer at 740. You talked about him getting for his phase boots first, and he did just that. And this is really a really good idea. I like the fact that he got phase first because that actually secured him like 3 kills. And
yeah,
now he's going to get
I
farm
really
secured.
don't like when... I actually think rushing Midas, unless you're completely uncontested, is not that intelligent, just because you give up a lot of laning pressure.
Yeah, you don't get the kills that you would otherwise get. Bulba is dying here at 16 HP, but Moon might have dove too far.
Oh,
and the rest of Team Tinker, they rotated everybody in, swap out, and Moon is dead as hell, it looks like. The right click from Pycat.
That's a level 6 Vengeful Spirit.
Yeah, that swap is actually a lot longer than it used to be. Mid lane, Koikva's in some trouble. The Imperial did go. He's got no refraction. The Melt Strike, it's going to save his life for the time being. And Swiddle's going to come in. He's going to throw up the Mystic Snake, but that's not going to do anything. Another slow going on, but Z-Freak and Swindle both avoided it. And Pycat, look at how aggressive he's playing now. They want to dive early here. They want to push their aggression. They want to put the pressure onto Complexity. And they're doing a good job without diving towers.
They might maybe look for an Infest Bomb, although it just looks like Sing Sing is...
He's got bots.
He actually goes for the bots.
He didn't go for the Blink Dagger. This is like the 3rd time I've seen this recently.
Yeah.
I guess it's okay.
Pretty much pioneered by Bone 7. It's sort of like getting a Midas, except for... Oh my god, and he's going to find a stack.
What a stack for him to
That's actually
find.
such a disaster for Complexity.
And he's just going to take all of this money. Well, he wasn't close to a Blink Dagger, but...
Tinker getting further and further ahead. I mean, it doesn't actually delay your Blink Dagger too much, because you're able to just bots and farm the waves pretty safely. It allows you to farm extremely fast, because you can fly over all the camps really fast. Once you have that level 4 Firefly.
It's more than enough.
I mean, it's basically...
No, Bulba, Impale. Will this be the first kill from Complexity? Yes, the Zeus ult, and they got the kill on Koikva somehow. As Koikva got caught out of position, he died to the Zeus ult coming through. His refraction must have been over, I guess. That's unfortunate.
His refraction ended, and he actually just dies to Zeus ult. Alright, that's really unfortunate for Koikva. I mean, it's not actually too big of a deal for Team Tinker. They're still farming up the top lane, farming the jungle. Sing Sing, I mean, he's going to have Blink bots at probably 12 minutes. So doing really well for himself in this jungle. And he must have gotten really lucky with his spawns in the jungle. I've only seen one...
is dead. Mega kill for Pycat.
I've only seen one golem camp. And, I mean, Pycat doing really well on his Nakes, so...
Radiant's top tower is under
They've gotten everything they could possibly want in this game.
Are going to have a lot of difficulties dealing with these heroes in the mid game. I mean, maybe if they can get to the late game with this Medusa, sure they can be okay, but getting to that point is going to be quite difficult. He's probably going to go for a Lincoln Sphere to deal with the Bat Rider, I would imagine.
He has phase boots, so he can be involved early on here, but at the same time, he still doesn't have much. Phase Aquila is okay, I suppose. 63 last hits. He's caught up nicely. He now is 2nd or 3rd in the game. TA's right on his ass. Invoker's 4th, right on his ass as well. So Swindle is getting farmed.
I like this choice from EGM. It looks like he's going to build towards a Medallion of Courage. Gets that chainmail. So Tinker are going to be looking to abuse that early Roshan. And why not when you have such a advantage? I mean, the experience advantage must be massive for them. 3,000 at 11 minutes. And there's been no team fights, so most of these advantages, you know, there's been a couple kills in the offlane, but besides that, they're just getting a lot more out of the map right now.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, this is just essentially from winning your lanes is what it seems like, in Complexity and getting rotated on and diving too hastily. And right now, you talked about the Bat Rider sending at, what, a 12-minute Blink Dagger? Pretty close. I mean, he'll have it pretty soon. He's going to take another stack here.
I mean, honestly, sometimes you get 12-minute blinks because you've had a really rough game.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you get Boots of Travel and a 12-minute Blink Dagger.
Sing Sing.
He's going deep, man. They don't see him.
I don't actually think he's going to get caught here.
No, I don't think so either. He's bots. He's just going to TP away in 20 seconds if he just stays around. Bloody Nine's like, he was here a second ago. I don't know what happened to him.
He might actually just try to farm these camps
if
again.
If he does, he might die.
Bots away.
Top tower is under attack.
Bulba is here on the Elder Titan, so...
Ice Blast, I don't think spotted him. It's going to head top, and he is nowhere near that Ice Blast. I don't know where that Ice Blast was going, but regardless. Yeah, Bulba's here to help out Sing Sing. Sing actually has his Blink Dagger now, and 12.5-minute Blink Dagger bots for your Bat Rider. That is frightening. Medusa ult's going to go in as well. There are some heroes chasing Complexities. Swindle Melon's down. There's going to be the Vendetta from Z-Freak. Bulba's going to come in. Zeus ult goes as well, just to get vision.
Oh my god, the support is even stealing Ancients.
There's going to be the Stomp Up as well. Swindle comes in, EGM. Limp does get the kill onto Bulba. We got caught out of position. I couldn't keep track of everybody. Impale onto Sing Sing. He might die. He did pick up his Blink Dagger, so I guess it's okay that he... I mean, it's not the worst thing that he goes down. Nice trap from Quakefoot to stop them from, pushing any further up to the high ground there, so... They got 2 kills, and Complexity are back into it. All the while, Pycat was forming up. He's got a drum. He's going to have an armlet at about 13 minutes or 14 minutes or so.
And I think they can just 2-man Roshan with the TA and Vengeful Spirit now that there's the medallion out. The max meld, so Rosh will die extremely quickly to these 2 heroes.
Pycat's going to Rage, Infest, stay alive, and ride the train back up towards his tower. Or just kill everybody.
Fine.
And just run away.
Well, he's so farmed. He has drums... Drums, Midas, Face Boost.
He just needs the recipe.
Armlet?
He needs the recipe for the armlet, yeah. 14 minutes, by the way, for that farm. Almost 600 GPM for your Lifestealer at 13.5 minutes.
That is absolutely insane.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Moon now with Phase Drum as well.
Sing Sing has 95 CS himself.
Lasso. Did he use it already? Yeah, Z-Freak got caught out. The Echo Stop, the Air Splitter, more than enough to get the kill. They'll head bottom, and Limp's like, I'm out of here. And they can't chase him down. They don't have Lasso, so there's not really a point. Swindle Millens is going to be picking up a Perseverance. And
yep, like I said, looks like they're just going to walk into Roshan with these 2 heroes.
They don't even care. They got spotted. They knew the smoke dissipated, and they don't really give a damn. They're going to go for it anyways. Although Moon is here. He does have Tornado. That is kind of frightening. And they're not running out of the pit yet. Complexity saw them. There they go. There's the Tornado. It's not going to hit. Zeus ult going as well. Egypt getting Cold Snap now. Here comes the Astral. The Stomp's going to fly as well. It's going to hit onto 3 heroes. Are they going to turn on this? Quakefoot's thinking about it. Magic Missile onto Moonmander. And now they just back away. Sing Sing's here. They're all kind of low. And on the backside, oh, Pycat's coming in. There's the Rage coming out as well. Open Wounds onto Limp. Look at the damage coming out. That's 1. Now there's going to be the EMP flying through. Doesn't do much. And Swindle's going to try to fight this. There's going to be these Medusa ult coming out. Quakefoot getting kind of low as well. He's impaled up. Quakefoot might fall and will. Complexity finally taking a decent fight. They lose their Zeus, but at that point, they don't really give a damn. So Quakefoot killed for Zeus. A trade that definitely benefits Complexity, about 530 gold-wise, but...
Yeah. Well, at the same time, they didn't really have... a lot of their spells were on cooldown, and they didn't have a lot of mana, and they were fighting with kind of low HP, so not too surprising that it was definitely an advantage for coL in that engagement. But they did use the Stone Gaze, so I expect Team Tinker to probably push out this mid lane and go for another Rosh attempt now that they have all their abilities back.
Ice Blast.
That's not going to do anything.
It's just going to hit Bulba. Bulba walked away towards the tier 2 tower. He didn't want to stay in no man's land. Moon's going to pop his Drum Charge, or is that Pycat? There's the Lasso going as well, and Open Wounds and Rage is more than enough to kill one hero. And Bloody Nine, I think, is dead. Open Wounds is up in 1 second. There it goes, and Pycat's going to get the kill. And Z-Freak TP's in with absolutely no health. Swap is out. Magic Missile, but he did have the Spike Carapace on. Doesn't matter. Double kill for Pycat. He's just going to armlet toggle and take this tower down, or at least focus it down. Zeus ult! Oh. Pycat! Oh my god. Oh, he should be dead right now. Zeus ult is down.
How much HP did he have? Like 20?
I don't know. He was toggling up when it was happening.
Radiant's bottom tower has
and Quakefoot and EGM just go back into the pit.
Nearly nothing.
I thought he was dead, but no. Meld Strike from Quakefoot, Refraction. Yeah, look how fast this falls.
-17 armor.
There's an Ice Blast. Ow, Quakefoot is not feeling good about that one. Tornado misses again. Urn charge onto Quakefoot. That's going to take his refraction off.
Might actually kill him.
EMP, Melt Strike might go. And they actually kill Moonmander, and Quakefoot is still alive. And Swindle, had he kept chasing, might have gotten the kill, but in the end, it's one for nothing.
Ice Blast, unfortunately, the effect from it stops, and they're able to get that kill.
Quakefoot's like, could you guys just let me finish Roche, please? I'd like to be able to take this Aegis and kill people with it.
It's at half-life right now. I mean, they kill it so fast. Looks like Sing Sing is going to pressure the bottom lane.
Highcat just goes to work on a limp. He is godlike. Z-Freak, Spike, Carapace, Infest. Wants to stay alive, and they'll push the tower now. Lasso going in. That'll be onto Swindlemelons. He's caught out. Luckily, he has mana shield, but it actually pops the Zeus ult, or rather, Medusa ult. Flame Break, it was there, but he gets stunned up. Ice Blast goes as well. Sing Sing pops the Flame Break,
they
but
get Roshan, because there's no Ice Blast, so this
Z-Freak is Vendetta and Pale onto Pycat. What? Roche is dead.
I mean, he can't really do anything. He's only at 300 life. If he were to walk into Roshan, he'd just be dead anyways.
Yeah. Quakefoot finally picks up the Aegis. Mission accomplished.
Quakefoot even going for a Midas for himself, on top of nearly 3,000 golds. And if we take a look at golds, over 10,000 in favor of Team Tinker, about 12,000 golds, 10,000 experience, everything going right for Tinker in this game.
There's just nothing going right for Complexity, it feels like. I mean, there's almost a Lincoln Sphere for Swindle, maybe, kind of. He hasn't died yet, luckily, so that's good.
I really like this draft coming out from Tinker.
It's been pretty solid. I like the Lifestealer pick.
It's well balanced, and I really like the Lifestealer pick. I think this hero is really strong if you can get it in the right circumstances, and that's definitely, like, this is like a perfect game for Lifestealer. I mean, the only hero that's even remotely good against Lifestealer is the Medusa, once you get, you know, up to that Scotty. And your ult is quite good against snakes too, but I mean, all these other heroes are completely terrible against snakes.
This is just not their game for Complexity now. Quakefoot picks up a Blink Dagger as well, as if he needed more gap closing, what with the Bat Rider and all, and the swap and what have you. So, Quakefoot picks up the Blink Dagger. His next item, maybe a Desolator top lane. Limp is going into Moonmander, or rather Pycat is, excuse me, Infest into a creep. They know which one he's in, clearly, but it's not that one. Can
they do anything about this? I mean, the Bat even has a Blink. I mean, they're just sitting 3 heroes on top of him.
They're gonna, while this is happening, top lane, they're just gonna pressure bottom with Team Tinker. He's gonna try to go on Z-Freak. He's got rage. He's just gonna kill Z-Freak, yeah. It's just that easy for Pycat. Meanwhile, there's a lasso up, I believe, onto Swindlemelons. There's the stomp going in as well. Earth Splitter. Now the Medusa ult. Is there enough damage? Swindle is low. Bulba's gonna avoid the rest of it. Astra's gonna go through.
Oh, he's so
EMP,
close to dying.
He will stay alive. Zeus ult. Bulba's gonna get EMP'd in the tornado as well. He's out of mana. He's gonna fall into the cold feet. Sing Sing has to run away. He has got his blink in 1 second.
Sing Sing will be okay. Yep. He's really fast with those boots of travel.
Pycat just killed the Medusa mid, I think. Yeah, he just ran mid and killed her. Oh my god, it's a disaster for Complexity.
An absolute monster right now.
Impale misses.
Oh no, he's actually gonna get another kill, I think.
Z-Freak's dead again. Goodbye. Triple kill, beyond godlike. 13-0-1.
Oh no, he might actually turn here. Is he? No, he's not gonna turn.
He's not gonna turn. He
doesn't have rage.
If he had mana, he could have turned.
Yeah.
If only he had some way to get mana.
Saint Yasha, he's probably even gonna buy a Basher right now. So he's gonna have a 20-minute Basher, Midas, Phase Boots, Armlet, Drums. Like, that is... What is this GPM? 735. That has to be a record, like, for the time in the game. Like, at 20 minutes?
Yeah, I think you're probably right. At 20 minutes of the game, I don't know if there's any other Lifestealer that's this farmed. Ever.
I don't know. Maybe some Havas Lifestealer.
Some manly Lifestealer. Quakefoot's out of mana. He doesn't seem to really care.
Havas is really good at that hero. So.
No, he is, clearly, but...
Yep. He's gonna sell the wand, probably buy up the Basher right now, unless he wants to go...
Middle tower is under attack.
I don't really
there
think
it
there's really any other item yet.
It's the Basher. And Pale from Z-Freak saves his life against Quakefoot. Quakefoot's going to continue to chase. What is the lead? It is 15,000 net worth lead. I don't see any way Complexity to get back into this game, with the exception of Swindlemelons picking up like an ultra kill in the near future or farming for about 30 more minutes. And that doesn't seem very likely. Pycat's going to spot him out also. Oh gosh.
Yep.
Here we go. Open wounds. Rage. Bashed. Look at his mana drop. Now look at his HP pool drop. Another bash. Swindle's dead. Zeus ult goes. The AI Splash goes. They don't even need it. Top lane. They kill another hero. Sing Sing lasts up Zeus, and they get the kill with Bubba in tow. And now Pycat is just gonna... Z-Freak is Vendetta. Pycat doesn't seem to give a damn. There's an EMP mid lane. Koifa's gonna lose his Aegis. He doesn't give a shit. Pycat's gonna keep running after Moon Meander. Open Wounds is gonna go. There's the Rage as well. Bash. There it is. Another bash. They don't even need it. Z-Freak's gonna try to man up. Oh, the Spike Carapace keeps him alive. The Infest from Pycat dodges the Impale. Wow. And they're diving past the tier 3 tower where there still is a tier 2 to work on here. Ice Blast? That is going a little too far. That misses. Wow.
Yep. What a dodge.
Yeah.
I mean, Tinker are just playing really well this game.
I mean, man, it's 22 minutes in, and...
this game is completely out of reach for Complexity. Complexity have a type of lineup where they have to snowball. I mean, if you look at these heroes, a lot of magical base damage, a lot of stuns. Actually, not even that many stuns, but you know, a lot of things that just don't scale terribly well into the late game.
At what point do you just get to say, let's not feed Pycat anymore? I don't think they have a choice in the matter.
Yeah, like Medusa and Invoker, I mean, sure, AA is quite good in the late game as well, but I don't know, it just feels like to me they had to snowball this game. Or stay even at the very least.
Lasso goes, Sync's gonna turn away from Swindle Melons, the Stone Form is gonna go. And Swindle might just stay alive here somehow. Nyx Assassin did get a kill on EGM, there's the Melt Strike, and Swindle actually... He's got some mana left, and now he's dead probably. Another trap, and... no TP left in the bank. Stomp's gonna go. Melt Strike, easy kill coming out from Team Tinker. There's the GG call. Game number 1 in the books. Pycat with a legendary performance, and it continues onward. His GPM sitting above 780.
And...
well, it was close. Pretty good game.
A really good game coming up from Pycat, and pretty much, I mean, we had a stat at the beginning of the game that he was, what, 17, or he had 18 kills or something in his previous game a couple days ago. So having pretty much a repeat performance of that game. And, I mean, Tinker drafting really well this game. I really like their picks. They played really well. They got a lot out of the map in the early game, and they just sort of snowballed really easily to victory.
That's probably the best way of putting it. It was a snowball. It was a snowball that wasn't stopping for anybody. It was more like a bulldozer. But regardless, Team Tinker take the first victory. And game number 2 is coming up, our last game of the day, guys. Make sure you stick around, obviously. Of course, this is going to be High Ground TV bringing you the coverage. Make sure you check us out on Twitter, twitter.com/MontDota, twitter.com/FWorldDota, twitter.com/MontPacks, twitter.com/DotaPit, and twitter.com/STDevStats for standard deviants if you're interested as well for the statsmen. DotaPit.com for more information. We'll take a quick break. We'll jump into game number 2 in just a second, guys. Stick around.